Hey there. Let's see. Okay, it says we're live. Let's see. Let me know if you're here. I would love to know if you are here joining me. See if I can pull it up. Okay, it says we're live. Hey, Sandy. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for letting me know you're here too. Let me grab something real quick. How are you doing today? Are you glad it's Friday? Glad it's Friday. Raise your hand if you're happy it's Friday. I don't have my cord situated. I thought I had everything ready. Hey there, Brenda and Deborah. So glad to see y'all. Get my glue gun turned on. Glad to see y'all. Hey, Kelly. Kelly's glad it's Friday. All right. I'm having to use these little readers. I think something's going on with my contacts. Okay. Let every day be Friday, Sandy. Just do it, girl. Just do it. Just do it. Hey, Sherry. I'm glad to see you. I'm getting all my screens and cords and all of that stuff set up. All right. So happy Friday. Glad to see y'all. Hey, Marla. Glad you're hopping on with us. So today's the day. It was supposed to be Wednesday, but we're just going to drag it out a little bit. It's good to do that when you're having fun, though, isn't it? So Wednesday, I was supposed to finish up our wise men and ran out of time. So we're going to see if we can do it today. I was trying to get it on my phone so I could also see comments there, but it's not letting me see it. So it does feel like I've heard a lot of people say that, and then I've heard a lot of people say they are busier now that they've been retired than they were when they were working. Any day to craft with you is a great. Oh, Deborah, I love that. Thank you. You're so sweet. Okay, so let me do a very brief replay and then, or recap. Recap, that's the right word. Then we're going to get going. All right, because I want us to finish these guys. These are some of my favorites. All right, so this week we're calling this week Ornament Week. So we have taken each day at noon, except for Thursday. We took that day off. I'm just going to tell y'all, if you see me jump up and beat the living daylights out of something, just know that it's a really big flying something. So I'm not beating anybody. I'm just going after this big flying something. The air conditioner went out in here, y'all. So it is hot, hot, hot. But I've got my windows open and fans going, and the guys coming this afternoon to look at it. So other things are coming in since the doors and all of that are open. So every now and then a hummingbird comes in. I've actually caught three different times. I've caught hummingbirds in my hands. Y'all, it's amazing. Little birds will come in. So I'm trying to keep the door closed. I usually keep the door closed, but it's just too hot. So he's big. It almost looks like a super big dragonfly, but it's not a pretty dragonfly. It looks like something that would bite you, and he's huge. Oh, Leslie. My goodness. Well, we'll be praying for all of that. I'm so sorry. That's a lot to happen all at once. My goodness. Well, I'm glad you're here and just hope you enjoy resting. Let's see. Did I see one of just the baby in the wooden bed? I don't think so, Deborah. Yeah, I don't think so. Not in this series. I'm trying to think if I'd done something. I might have done something over, I think I did in Jingle Mingle. Maybe I did. If you want to email, or are you part of Jingle Mingle? So Deborah's asking, do we have an ornament with just the baby? And I think I did one in Jingle Mingle, but this series does not. This series, everybody has one. Christmas Craft Camp had one, I think. Okay, well, maybe that's where you saw it, Deborah. That's very possible. I've been doing Christmas for June and July, and now August is all kind of running together. Anybody else? Bugs are bigger from, okay, so maybe this is a Texas bug. He flew over to Alabama. That's possible, isn't it? Hey, Esther. Brenda, I love hummingbirds also. They are so interesting. They are so interesting. Okay, Deborah. Well, Jingle Mingle, for those who don't know, that's how I met many of y'all, is through Jingle Mingle. It is a collaboration of some of my business friends. We went in together and we're doing this. We've done it. We did a spring, a summer, and then a fall Jingle and Mingle. And it's a lot of fun. And each time in the spring, I did a design called the Spring Church. And then for summer, this summer, I did the Mary and the Star. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the fall, but we'll be doing it again in October. I think it's a Thursday. We're going to do a Thursday and Friday again. I think it's October 25th and 26th, y'all. Whatever that Thursday and Friday is of that week, that's when we're planning to do it. So it's always a lot of fun. It's a free group. Okay, the Christmas card print. That's right. So okay, sorry, Deborah. I thought that was Deborah Wolford, Deborah Spears. So yeah, I did it in. So you might have seen a picture of the project I did for Christmas Craft Camp, but I don't have one specifically for just the baby. But if you wanted to do that, you could probably pretty easily do that using the sheep. Just do one without the sheep in it. And you could, if you download it, if you've got the traceable, you can make it a little bit bigger. But I don't have one of just him. Now, I will tell you this, that in November, let me just give y'all a quick commercial of what's coming, and then I promise we're going to start our ornament. So, see, this is August. Monday, and I think I put all this in the description, but Monday, the 26th of August, have two friends, very creative friends who are really good at styling things. And so I sent them both our September box. And so noon on Monday, Summer Hammons of Hammons Nest is going to be live with me, and she's going to show us how she styled our September box. And then Jessica Watts from The Happy Home will be with us Monday night at 7. They are both super duper creative, have two different styles. So I'm excited to see what they do with these boxes and the ideas we can get from them. So that's Monday. And then on what's coming up next? Mark your calendar for September, the week of September 23rd. I'm doing another journaling week. And I'm super excited about it, y'all. Forgot about, yes, Sherry, Summer, and Jessica. We were all in Creative Little Christmas. And that's where I painted Joseph and the donkey. Hey, Diane, I hope you're feeling better. So, Creative Little Christmas is a free group. Jingle and Mingle is a free group. And they've got some of my lessons over there in Jingle and Mingle. Yep, another and this one is going to be called Child of the King. I felt very nasally and stopped up. I think it's because of all the grass and stuff with the windows and doors being open. Okay, and then I think it may be October. I can't remember what month, but we're going to do a nativity master class, and I'm probably going to do this one inside of Creative Arts Studio. We'll take the characters from that we've been painting and do something big with those. So it'll be fun. Lots of fun opportunities coming to continue creating together. And every week, Tuesday at noon, you can find me here doing lettering and scripture journaling. And then on Fridays at noon, do painting right here. Hey, Chris, glad to see you. Hey, Destiny. Okay, so I'll quit talking about all of that. These are the ones we've done so far. We did the camels on, I have no idea what day it was anymore. I think it was Wednesday, y'all. Hey, Barbara. So here's our camels. And the way we did, I'm trying to show you two different techniques with these, okay? So if you notice with, which one was it? Some of these, you can actually see the book pages. You can see the words. It's very translucent. With most of them, it's very translucent. So because the camel and the wise men are much more detailed than the other ones, I wanted to show you all a little hack. And so just to recap with the camels, if you missed it, I showed you how you could do it just right there on painting onto the paper, the traceable. And then we applied it to the wood tag. So today I want to show you, if you got the kit, you've got it on vellum. If you did not get the kit, that's it on vellum. So what I was trying to do before we got started was cut it down a little bit closer. I think Miss Tracy calls that fussy cut. Does that sound right? So I'm doing that to get it cut down a little bit closer. I was hoping to have this done before y'all got here, but I did not quite make it. So if you ordered the traceables, so if you did not get a kit, let me back up. If you purchase the kit, almost every single thing that you need is in that kit to make two ornaments, the camel and the wise men. And in the kit is the printed off traceable, and you've got the vellum, the design printed onto vellum, so that if you wanted to do this, I almost said strategy. That's not strategy. This technique, we've already printed it off for you. Fussy cutting. Okay, I knew I'd heard that. So if you didn't get the kit and you want to get the traceables, we've got those for purchase on the website. And I put the link to that in, y'all, I just cut off part of his dress. My goodness. Look, I cut off part of his dress. I cut it too close to the I was cutting it in close right here, so I'm just going to ad lib that. But so if you're cutting like this, so this is the bottom part of his dress thing. It was supposed to be here too, and I cut it out. That's okay, because we can paint that in. So I'm doing this for two reasons. You don't have to cut it out. You could just paint it right on there. But once you see how I do this guy, you'll see why. Hey, Alina, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so I'm going to show you the technique to paint on the vellum. You don't have to do it that way. This is what it looks like in the kit, so that if you got the kit, this is what you're looking for. You could paint it on your traceable. You could trace it onto the tag. You could do it that way. But I've done the other ornaments along those lines, so I wanted to show you how to do it this way. All right, so I'm just going to hold it up there so you can just kind of see that. Doing it this way allows you to, one, not have to trace it, two, still get all the detail, and three, still be able to see the words of that book page. Okay, so let me see if I can swap cameras. If traced on tag, but we can, oh yeah, absolutely, that's fine to paint it right on the tag. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so can y'all see this? Does that look good? All right, so what I want to do, I want to show you one other. So the donkey, this donkey here, this is what you could do, Sherry. So with this donkey, what I did is, did you take the day off, Patty? Awesome. So I painted the donkey onto the paper on that tag. See that? And I really wanted to capture the detail of his eyes. So what I did is I took those little foam, I call them, I don't know what they're supposed to be called, but I called them, they're little puffy riser. They're like risers almost, because it gives you depth. So I took one of those, or several of those, and put the vellum on top. I added color to the vellum, so it really gives a nice depth and dimension to this. So this would work for even the wise men. So if you've already traced your wise men onto the tag, you could absolutely go ahead and paint them, and then you could put the vellum on top to get the extra details. Yes, so Sherry's, okay, good. So we're on the same page. So this is, I want to do this in a different way. I want y'all to be able to know how to do this. Let me grab a piece of my wax paper. I buy that, I don't know if y'all have a Sam's or not, but our Sam's sells deli paper, well, you have to buy 2 boxes, but it works out really good. And I like to use it for glue, so that, I know that I'm just gluing it right here and I'm not getting it on everything else. So I'm going to take my glue stick. Wait. Yes, I am. I had to think about this just a second. If y'all remember, I did the background on this first, then I put this down, but I did that because this was a solid piece of paper. See, so because I'm painting on a clear piece, it would show through. Which, if you want it like that, that's fine too. All right, so I'm just going to use very carefully, I don't want to break these guys. I'm just using my Prit glue stick, and I'm going to apply that very carefully to my tag. So I know y'all might be getting tired of me saying this, but there's somebody that's not paying attention, And so I'm saying it for them or somebody that's new that doesn't know. We want to be very careful and not get glue on the surface that we want to paint, okay? So I know I want to put them about right here. So I'm just gluing these fellas down. So for instance, if you wanted to use Mod Podge, you could do that. Just try not to get the glue on this part, whatever adhesive, because it will keep our paper from absorbing the paint. So look, it looks like we just drew them on there. I love this technique. All right, so now I'm going to move this because it's got my glue on it. And I started this and I thought, slow down so you can show them how to do it. So if you have the Faber-Castell Pitt markers, you could use these also to paint, okay? So like I put one coat down here and I'm putting a little bit more on there just to add a little bit of shading, but I wanted to show you that too. So I'm not trying to confuse you. I want you to see the different options so that if you don't have a certain supply, you might be able to make a substitution. See, these are not water soluble like the see, it didn't move. It just is permanent. If you usually letter with me, we use Tombow markers a lot and water soluble markers. You could paint that down and add a little bit of water and it's movable. So that's just one other way you could do these guys. Then we can use our Neo color. Where is my red? Hold on. So I don't know if you remember me saying or not, but all of these pieces color coordinate. I chose all the colors intentionally so that when you put them together, create a display or whatever, it's all going to look good together. Good. I'm glad you like these. I wanted it to be different. I wanted it to be, it's just a special story, and I wanted it to be special, the ornaments. So did you see what I just did? I took a Neo color. This one's broken. You can still use them when they're broken. It's a water-soluble crayon, and I put I scribbled on there, but I left some unscribbled part, some white space. Then I took a damp brush and I touched it, and it turns that stuff to pigment. It's amazing to me how it works. So what I like to do whenever I'm doing a design, I like to do things in threes. So Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the Trinity, it just makes it work together. I don't know, it's easy to remember in threes too. So, oops, there's a little piece I didn't get glued down good. So in just a second, once I get them finished, I'll use my fabric tack. I'm gonna let that stuff start working its way down. Okay, so I've got this red up here and that green there. So now I'm going to keep those together. I've got my purple pencil. Now this one was in the kit. It is water soluble. These things are awesome, y'all. I don't know if you've ever used them before, but I love using them in my artwork and in my creative projects because they're so versatile. So you could use it just to do some outlining, but you can also paint with these because once I add a little bit of water to this, it's gonna activate that pigment. So I'm gonna hold it so you can see. So I'm gonna wet my brush and blot it off on a paper towel. And see how that pigment becomes liquid? It's amazing. Now, remember me talking to you about when you paint directly onto copy paper, you have to be really careful because it's not porous. It's a little bit porous, but nothing compared to watercolor paper. So you can't use a lot of water on it. This vellum is even more non-porous. So just enough. You only want a little bitty bit on there. Okay, so let's choose another color. Let's go ahead and do the little trough thing. And I'm using this dark brown. I'm also going to use this. This was in the Joseph kit. The orangish brown is what it's called. Okay, and these are both soluble too. So I'm just going to touch it just a little bit to activate the pigment. Okay, see that? Okay, so I feel like I'm missing, oh, here it is. I was like, I feel like I'm missing some of my colors, but it's because I had not pulled out my paint dots. All right, I love this teal, and it's in a lot of other parts. So I'm going to get my brush. These are the paint dots if you're just joining us. And all you have to do is add water to that dried up dot, and it activates the pigment, and it's awesome. Okay, so for this, I'm going to, I think I'm going to do his little outfit in that teal. For some reason, I don't know why, but I'm not following my sample. Maybe because I didn't have my colors pulled out and I just grabbed something different. I don't know. But any of these will work well together. All right, so with this, I just want to put one coat down. That's all. Hey, Jan, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, you can look for that replay. Okay, so there's the teal with one coat. The purple has one coat. I think that I want to use this red here down at the bottom. That'll bring me, it'll tie that red in one more place. And if you missed it earlier, whenever I was cutting this out, I cut off part of his garment. I called it dress, part of his garment. Okay, so there's that. That ties in that red. Let's do this green on here. I'm going to use the Cascade green for his little headdress. I don't know if y'all have tried the gold yet, but I love this gold. This is, I'm doing it again where I forget their name. Holben is the brand. HWC is their initials that they go by on their tubes of paint, but Holben. I'm just putting a light coat on there. You could use a gold metallic pen for this if you wanted to. It's up to you. I hope that y'all will do more than one. I think you'll see the more often you do it, it becomes easier and easier. Okay, so I feel like I have a really good base coat on all of them except for their faces. So let me do that, and then we'll start on the background. All right, so I'm just going to use our Super Color pencil, the brownish orange, because they would have had dark skin. And I'm just lightly touching that. And I like it because we can still see the words on the book page. And then for the baby, I'm just going to put a little color right there, that same. Oh, I forgot their hands. Good grief. They're praying. They're bowing before the baby. They're worshiping. So you can just soften it up a little bitty bit. And then we could take some of this dark German raw umber and put some color on their beards. That would help too. So there's some color. All right, so now let's talk about the background sky. So with these guys, what did I use? I didn't realize I had two of these. Where's my other one? I thought I used the Shepherd's, here it is, paint dot. I did. So I used some of the Prussian blue and some of the turquoise and some of this indigo. So let's do that. We want to make just a nice blend of colors. And I do remember that last time I ended up getting a bigger brush. So I'm going to pull off some of this Prussian blue. And this stuff goes a long way, y'all, so you don't have to use much. All right, and this is going to go straight onto the book page. So I'm going to start up here at the top and just kind of outline it a little. And actually, it was not very watered down. Usually I'll test it on a saucer, but I don't know, I was busy talking and I didn't do it. All right, so I'm going to need to use caution whenever I get up there close to their face. I wished I had put a pencil in the kit. It would have been a little bit easier for this, but we can still do it. We can do it, girls. We can do it. All right, so now I'm going to get a little bit of the turquoise, this phthalo turquoise. It's going to make a really nice, really pretty dark sky. Okay, so I'm going to pull down just below where I did that darker, the Prussian. Okay, y'all see that okay? Thank you, Kelly. I've enjoyed doing these. Okay, so far I've used three. I've used Prussian blue and phthalo turquoise. So now let me get some indigo. It's the darkest. So I'm going to come around the edges. And then we need to decide where we want the star, because wherever the star is, we want it to be the darkest. How did I do the other one? The other one I did over here on this side, but it looks like this side is taking the paint more. So let me see. See how this side looks so lit up? And this side is absorbing it more. You want it to be dark right around the star so that it shows up. See, if I had painted it all blue, it's fine if I'd done that, but you would be able to see the blue behind it instead of those words. I think even though this is a little bit awkward, I think it works out better doing it this way. Okay, and then on the bottom, let's do some of this, I don't know the correct pronunciation. I think it's Monte Amiata. It's a Daniel Smith. I love their paints. These are all artist grade paints. And the reason that I like to do it that way is it gives you a chance to try some of these watercolor, the professional grade, and you might find a color that you just really love and want to order it. And that way you don't have to pay, I don't remember what they cost. Some of them are $15 a tube. Okay, so this is coming together good. Let me find something to drink. On the back, I'm trying to decide if we need to, let me see if I can get enough glue out to go ahead and glue this piece down before it curls up anymore. And y'all, I'm going to get some more of this glue because I love it, but there's not enough in here to push it down, so it's really frustrating to work with right now. But this glue works really well. It's Fabri-Tac. Do y'all use Fabri-Tac? I know it's popular. Okay, and then this little piece came up too, so I'm gonna. So if you did the other technique that I showed with the donkey, where it's dimensional, you wouldn't have to worry about this. And this little part's coming up too. If you decide to do this technique, what you could do is just outline onto the book page where the wise man goes and put some glue down there on the book page, then some glue on the back. That would probably. Marla, I totally forgot. Have you added acetone to the Fabri-Tac to thin it out? I forgot about it. Goodness gracious. Because it is so thick. But it's because, well, you were there. It spilled out on my way home from craft camp. So, yeah, it's super duper thick. I need to write myself a note to do that. Because I love Fabri-Tac. I'm just going to get in that little spot with my hot glue gun. And y'all help me with my hot glue gun. For those who don't know, I was struggling with my hot glue gun. And it's one of those Surebonders, so I knew a lot of people like them. And come to find out, I had the wrong glue sticks in there. Somebody said that it works best with Surebonder glue sticks. And so I emptied out the barrel and voila, it worked. So, hang on, y'all. I'm going to write this down about the acetone. Okay. Wrote it down. Okay, so look at what we have. Now what I want to do is I want to get my white Neo color. And I'm going to go ahead and put a star in place like that. And then I'm looking for my yellow. I wished I'd done my yellow first. So if you've not done yours, do your yellow first. Yeah, there it goes. So now I'm going to come back with my white because the stars would probably have some white. They would have like a reflection. And we'll have some white coming from the baby. And we'll have some white on the top of the crowns. Just, because the light is bright, is coming off of there. All right, so now what I want to do is, here's my purple. You should have just enough for the width like this. And then you can fold it over to have some on the back. Okay. And I'm just going to use my glue gun for this part. Why the yellow first? I think because this is so strong. I don't know what that was. Let me show you on this. Here's my yellow. And I wanted it so that the yellow showed up also, Barbara. But I made my white so big, you probably can't even see that very well, can you? It's these, yeah, they are vibrant. And this is waxy and this is not waxy. So I think the wax also makes a difference because this is not waxy. It doesn't lay on top of the wax. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but okay. So now I'm going to take my glue gun and we'll put some of this down. I love this. I wish you could feel it. It's like velvet. It's very wise manish, wise manly, something like that, whatever you call it. Okay, so now we're going to add beads to this, but I want to be able to flip this over and let's work on the back side for a few minutes and let this, wait, before I do that, hang on y'all. One more thing I want to do. I need to add a little bit of shading to that. So I want to use this turquoise that was on the shepherd. The shading is what's going to help it really pop. Just adding, I think it's all these fans are blowing my papers around and I keep thinking somebody's in here, that somebody's walked in here. Nobody's working today, so it must be the papers. All right, so I added a little bit under the elbow and the leg where they're bending. And I'm going to add a little bit on the inside of their little, I keep calling them a dress. I don't know what they call it. Gown, robe. Okay, so just that little bit really helps it. All right, so I'm going to flip this over now and let's talk about the back. Okay, so with the kit, so I did this a couple of different ways. I used scrapbook paper and cut that out to be the presents, the gifts. You could do that, or you could paint gifts on here. It's really up to you. But the scrapbook paper that I had was really pretty. And so that's why it's got the metallic in it. So that's why I decided to do the gifts like that. I think on one of them I painted it. So we could do it like this also. So let's just see here. So I'm going to take this. I'm so excited we're finishing something. I have yet to finish any of these in one sitting, but we're going to get these, y'all. We might have done this on vellum. I can't remember. It's all kind of running together. Okay. So I realized that I needed to place that heart first because it kind of takes up a good bit of room. And if you notice on this one, I almost didn't have enough room for it. So I want to place it first. And might do it right here. And I think let's paint these. I think we've got enough time to paint them. And let's put some of this at the top. So I'm going to trace it. My nose is itching. Just going to trace it. For anybody that's wondering, these tags are 3 by 5. And we added them to the website. So if you want to get some more of them, you can find them on the website in sets of, I think 8. Yeah, 8. So I'm just going to rip the edges a little bit. Okay. I meant to look to see if there was any words that I wanted to save, and I forgot to. So I usually look for the words Okay, so here we go. So now let me show you how you could paint these. All right, so I'm going to put this down. Okay, I'll leave room for the hole. Oh, goodness. Did y'all see what I just did? That may not take paint very well because I had glue on my fingers. It's okay. I'm not going to stress over it. Itchy nose. I hope the company is the AC man. Okay. If I know that some of y'all already know how to do the presents, but I want to just show you. Looking for my pencil. All right, so let's do one that's purple. So we'll do just a shape like that. And let's do one that is red. We'll do a short one that's red. This. And what's another good color? Use this pink. Okay, so I'm just kind of drawing something out, and I think what I want to do now is I just use those to make a placement for the boxes, the gifts. So now I'm going to take, I know I want to do one of these, this color, so I might change this to be teal. So I'm just painting this directly onto the book page. If you decide to just use scrapbook paper or even wrapping paper, y'all, if you have, that would be really pretty. So how many of y'all use a wrapping paper theme? Like you have wrapping paper. I've done this a few years. So like I'll buy a set of wrapping paper and I wrap everything in that. And a lot of times I don't have time, but I want it, I'll do it so it matches my decorations and all of that. So if you did that, if you're that type person, you could save some of that wrapping paper for the gifts on the ornaments. That would look really pretty. Well, good, Barbara. Good. I bet you color coordinate your ornament, your wrapping paper, don't you, Barbara? I'm just curious. What other color? I thought I had purple, so I'll just use. I know what we'll do. Let's do polka dots. Okay, can y'all see that? They're beautiful colors, aren't they? These are Daniel Smith. I have to give them credit for it. Okay, I'm just going to color in. I love polka dots. I love stripes also. So you could come back, like if you had a good gold pen, you could come back with stripes, gold stripes. You could really fancy these up easily. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of water to activate that pigment. If you purchase the downloadable, art downloadable, I think the gifts might look a little bit different. So what I did with those is, because I had met so many ladies, that I'm going to add a little bit of red to this to darken it. I'd met so many ladies who wanted to craft and create these, but they didn't feel comfortable painting. And so I painted the art onto the book pages, and we formatted it to be something that could be downloaded and printed out onto high quality paper. And then you could still make the ornament collection and not have to paint it. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try this gold on that star. Let's see how it'll do. And then we'll figure out the beads and all of that. So I'm just using a bigger brush to get some of that gold. So one of the things that I hope that y'all will try as you're doing these is, as you're painting them, think about the story and what does it mean to you, this nativity story, this nativity love story. Just use it as some time just to rest your heart and your mind. I'm just convinced that God gave us the gift of creativity, and it's a valuable gift. It's a valuable tool that we can use to help us, to help others, and to bring glory to Him. And I think these ornaments are a really good example. Barbara, so I thought Barbara might have her paper organized because I've been knowing Barbara for a long time. She's used to buy my ornaments whenever I sold ornaments, and for years and years and years. And then she was shopping one time at a show where we were, and we were so busy and so short-handed. She stopped and helped me in my booth. And from there forward, she just would volunteer to help me at the show. So I got to know her a little bit better because of that, and found out that she has a spreadsheet that she keeps for her ornaments to keep track of who she gave the ornaments to. So I was teasing with her a little bit that maybe she had her gift paper organized too, like that. It's good to get to know people, isn't it? It's good to get to know each other. We can learn a lot from each other, and I think it just brightens up our day to be able to get to know people. Okay, so for the purple, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I want it to stand out. So I think I'm going to use that Mars yellow. I might have had, no. Let's do the polka dot white. I forgot I had my pencil. I mean, not my pencil, my crayon. Hope this gives you enough of an idea of some of the ways you can do this. There's so many ways, and this is just one. Just one. One of many. The main thing is to enjoy working on them. Okay, so these are really pop and stand out once we start adding the bling. Okay, so I'm just taking this and pulling it up. We're getting close on time, but I think we're going to make it, girls. I really enjoyed doing this with y'all, and I appreciate so many of you being here. It's awesome. Love it. All right, so I keep not getting it in the screen. Maybe that my camera has moved. Okay, so here's that. Where's my bling? All right, so we've got all this gold, and I've already used some of the gold on the front. No, on the camels, didn't I? I'm getting my guys mixed up. I think I used it on the camels. So here's what I want to do. I want to make some, that's not going to stand out. I want to do some bows. I'm looking for my brush. This is way too big, but I think I can manage it. I just want to make a quick bow. It would be really cute to have thread or some sort of fabric bow, but this is just a quick one to help us keep moving. There's so many ways you could do this, girls. So many ways. Okay, so now let me add a little bit of color. I'm just trying to tie all the pieces in. So I'm going to add purple up here to this bow. And that ties in that. I use the red, and that ties in this. So I'm going to put purple here, and this just, wait, teal. I need to put teal there, or turquoise. It's just little bitty subtle things like this that we can do and tie our art piece together. All right, so almost finished. We're almost finished. Okay. All right, so I need to poke that hole. If you missed it, what I do is I press in to get a little impression. Then I carefully take my X-Acto knife. Like that. Okay, and do it like this. Very carefully, okay? Very carefully. I love it, Deborah. That makes me so happy. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing them. And I think these are going to make really nice gifts for y'all. So I know that it's getting close and some of you might have to get back to work. I want to encourage you, if you are not on my email list for my newsletter, to get on that so you can stay in the loop with what we're doing. So you can type in the comments, happy mail, 2 words, happy mail, and that it will send you a link through Messenger that you can use to sign up for our email list. And that way you won't miss anything that's coming up, because I've got a lot of creative opportunities coming and some of them don't have the dates yet. So, oh, Marla, thank you. Yep, we're drawing a giveaway. Y'all, we are. I'm going to put these beads down and then I'm going to switch screens. So I'm glad you reminded me. So here's what I want to do. I'll swap screens in just a second. This is going to be really pretty. And I really wished I had that acetone. Do like this. So I'm going to draw 2 names, and you can choose if you would like to get either a 2 from Galilee book. I have a few extras to share. You could get a 2 from Galilee book, or you could get one of our lettering kits, or the calendar bundle of prints. It's 12 8x10 prints, scripture art prints, and you can choose which one you want. Okay, so that's just a little glimpse, and I'm going to let that sit while I swap screens, and then as soon as we draw those 2 names, then we'll come back and put the bows on it. How does that sound? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. So there's extra tags in our shop now so that y'all can make more. And if you're nervous about painting, you can order the art printables where it's just my artwork. And let's see if y'all can see this now. Oh, it's not giving me a choice. Okay. What's going on? Let me refresh it here. Why is it not letting me? Please work for us. Now then. Okay, are y'all, I hope y'all are seeing this. All right, if you've won before, will you let me know, and so we can draw again and get someone who's not won this week. Okay, are y'all ready? Who's it gonna be? Elaine Noble. Elaine Noble is our winner. Yay! Okay, y'all. Let me take a screenshot of that very fast. And then we'll draw another one. Who's it going to be? All right, Elaine Noble. If you'll send an email to hello@PamCoxwellDesigns and let us know which gift you want, we'll get it sent to you. Kelly Roberts. It's Kelly Roberts. Yippee, hey, yay. Awesome. Kelly, let us know if you want the book or if you want the set of art prints. It's a physical product, art prints, art print bundle, goodness gracious, or the book or the lettering kit. Awesome. I'm so glad y'all won. Okay, so for the ribbon, let's finish this baby up. I've got this really pretty, it's kind of like a satin. I guess is what you would call it, a satin. So I learned this really cool trick from my buddy, Tracy Gibson. And I'm going to use a variation of her little trick for the bow. I'm going to use this stuff. Oh, wait, I'm going to put this in first. I'm sorry. Hang on, y'all. All right, I'm doubling this up. You don't have to. You could use this. This actually would look good on the back with the bows. So I'm going to do it like this. Do it like this. You can do it however you want to. Do it like this. I've loved it too, y'all. Please y'all be sure and get on the list because I've got journaling week coming up and then Christmas card camp, but I don't remember the dates for any of that. So please, let's stay connected. I meant to have a little piece of wire because that's her little trick. And I didn't have my wire with me. So we're just going to do it this way. When you're creative, you know you have to make adjustments and all those kind of things, but isn't going to be pretty. You actually could take ribbon scraps. So my brain is like overflowing with ideas. And I think it's because I've been working on these all week. So this is a scrap of ribbon, and I saved these in a little bowl. These are scraps of ribbon. You could use these as gift boxes, y'all. That's an idea too. All right. Marla, thank you. Thank you. And I hope that all of you, as you make your stuff, please post it on my Facebook page and let other people see. So now I'm going to tie it again in another little bow. And then I can trim this and add some of this excess to those presents on the back. I think that would tie in really well. I really want to do a little bit more beads on here. I've got some beads left from my sheep that I could put on there. We could add some bling and stuff. Let me show you what I was talking about. Like you could use this as part of the gift, like part of the wrapping paper. that would look cute too and make it really dimensional. So I might just glue that down real quick. So does anybody have any questions at all before we get off? And I know some of you haven't started making yours yet. So if you start on it and you get stuck and have a question, just post it. If you're in our Creative Hearts studio, just put it in our group and I'll answer. And y'all, if you're not in our Creative Hearts studio, I want to invite you to join us. It's such a nice group of ladies, and this is the kind of stuff we do. We just have fun. There they are. Okay. So many ideas. I know it. I know. So y'all look around your house, shop your stash. I bet you've got stuff at home that you could use to add embellishments and color coordinate and all that good stuff. All right. Type in Happy Mail if you want to make sure to get on our email list. Watch on Tuesdays and Fridays at noon. Tuesday is lettering, Friday is painting. Our Creative Hearts Studio is a monthly group. You can type in the 2 words Creative Hearts in the comments, and that will allow me to send you a link to your Facebook Messenger. We still have kits available. We have the art printable option. We've never had this many options before with something like this. So I'm excited about that, and I feel like it's helping us serve a wider audience. So we've got the art printables, we've got the traceables. If you just want to download the designs, you can purchase those traceables or just get the kit and have everything you need. All right. Thank y'all again for being here, and let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to creating with y'all again soon. And don't forget Monday at noon and Monday night at 7. All of those are Central Times. Yeah, I thank you, Barbara, and thank y'all for your support. I appreciate it very much. All right, thank you. I hate to say goodbye. All right, bye-bye. Bye, Esther. I'm so glad you were here. And bye, Sandy, Lane, Patty, Marla.